My name is Jonathan Cohen, and I'm a partner at NextLaw Professional Corporation. I'm here with Dan Joffe, who's a senior lawyer here at NextLaw. There's a series of common questions we get about getting charged with driving with no insurance that we thought would be useful if we explain those to you today. The first question is, I just got pulled over by the police and was charged with driving no insurance. First off, let's not confuse this ticket with a ticket for having no insurance card. Very different. A no insurance charge is driving a vehicle without having a valid insurance policy, and it's a very serious offense. So the real question is, what just happened to me?
Hi, John. What just happened to you is that you've been charged under the Compulsory Automobile Insurance Act. And driving with no insurance, it's actually, unfortunately, not a minor charge. It's, in fact, probably one of the most serious charges you can get when driving your vehicle. It's considered a quasi-criminal charge given the potential serious penalties, which include a minimum $5,000 fine that can go all the way up to $50,000. Plus, the courts add on another 25% victim surcharge for these penalties. So effectively, for a first charge, you're facing a $6,250 fine. And for repeat offenders, you may be facing up to a $62,500 fine. And the court can do more. The court can, in fact, suspend your license for up to 1 year, which means you can't drive to do what you need to do for yourself and your family. And finally, the court can even impound your car for 3 months. So the reality is that driving with no insurance is a serious charge with serious consequences.
Okay, so you're telling me the minimum penalty here is $5,000 fine for a first offense, plus court costs, for a whopping total of $6,250. So the question on most people's minds here is, why is this fine so high?
It's a good question. And to understand why, it's important to understand the difference between just a regular traffic ticket and a serious traffic violation that's effectively a quasi-criminal charge like this with serious penalties. And it all has to do with public safety. A car, think about it this way, a car weighs 4,000 pounds, and the law actually treats it like a weapon on wheels. And if not operated properly, that weapon on wheels, think about it, you can kill someone, you can put someone in a wheelchair, you can cause significant property damage. And the actual financial impact of your wrongdoing can be devastating. I mean, think about it, just a small accident can cost a few $1,000s of damages. But imagine if someone's hurt or someone's killed, that impact could be into the millions of dollars. And if you're not properly insured, the question becomes, who's going to pay for that financial impact? So it's easy to see, it's easy to understand that if people are not properly insured, that the financial impact can be significant on society. So to minimize the financial risk to the public, the law requires, that actually mandates, you have to be properly insured at all times. So the logic goes, if you're not properly insured, then you're going to be subject to really, really significant penalties. And these strong penalties really have a dual purpose. The first purpose is they're aimed to deter you specifically from doing this. So no, you can't drive unless you're properly insured. And if you do drive with no insurance, guess what? We're going to hit you with these massive penalties that are going to be life-changing for you. And secondly, these penalties are aimed to send a message to the public that we're not going to tolerate people driving around with a 4,000-pound weapon with no insurance. And if you do, guess what? We're going to punish you in a very severe way.